What's up, everybody? Justin Conico from Prime Real Estate. We have another pod session. We're reaching out into our community. We're pulling local businesses that we think need some shine and putting them on our platform because I think you need to know about these people and what they're doing. Everybody's always chasing after the largest celebrities they could possibly get on their shows. I think the largest celebrities are the people that are doing huge things in the community right now, and in 10 years are going to be those stories, and seeing that grind and, no pun intended, that climb to where they want to be is something we want to be a part of and help in any way that we can. So Ashten Buck from Rise and Grind Coffee, the director, is going to kind of give us a story, and I'll give you some preamble. I was actually at the Freshie in Masonville walking by one day and got some food. I think I was running somewhere else to grab something, and there was a gentleman by the name of John at the Nutrition House, and he had a whole tray of samples and pushing people to buy or try the coffee, not even buy it. And he was really friendly, just had a good disposition about himself, had a nice personality, referenced Gary Vee to me. I'm not sure if it was a piece of clothing or something I was wearing, but he complimented me in that light and got my attention. And I'm in sales, right? We own a real estate brokerage. That's a big part of what we do, especially with attention. And I smiled. And I came back and I said, you know what? You guys are doing the right thing. You're working. I appreciate the hustle. Give me your information and I'll spread it to my network as much as I could. But the more I watched you guys, the more I realized you guys are just super organic. You're genuine. And I wanted to learn more about your product. So, if you were a superhero and we're talking origin story of how you got your superpowers as Spider-Man, what's the origin story of Rise and Grind Coffee?
Yeah, so my superpower is we actually formulated a coffee that's infused with collagen.
Okay.
So it's good for your hair, skin, nails, joints, cardiac function, and has 7 grams of protein per cup. Yeah, so we thought coffee is one of the most widely consumed beverages per se.
Yeah.
And how can we make it a little bit better? So we first wanted to make like a protein coffee. Mm-hmm. So we tried it with the whey protein. Tasted gross.
Yeah, it'd be tough. Yeah.
Tasted really gross. And to be honest, when you add the hot water, it curdles. So it's not very appealing.
You can't shake coffee. It's not one of those things, right? And I literally, when I use a shaker cup, half the time I leave it unscrewed and then it goes everywhere. So it would not end well.
You gotta get better at that.
I probably do, yeah.
Yeah, so we tried with the whey. We even tried to make a vegan one with the pea protein. Okay. And it just not good.
Yep.
Not good. So we tried with the collagen. And it worked. The collagen adding, didn't disrupt the robust flavor of the coffee, which is what we wanted. We didn't want it to taste different. Mm-hmm. So the collagen worked. We worked with, the head of protein synthesis to finally patentize it, where you can add the hot water to the coffee and it doesn't denature the protein.
Because I guess the heat in other situations would, right? And is collagen similar to what's in bone broth and what a lot of people are consuming now? Because I know that's a big trend right now, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So it is a source of it. So bone broth is primarily type 2 collagen. Okay. What's in our product is type 1 and type 3. Mm-hmm. So those ones are good for hair, skin, nail joints and stuff as well. The bone broth is also good for gut health. That's primarily what you see it for. Okay, and so kombuchas and sauerkrauts and stuff like that, right? Oh yeah, it's very good for the gut health. This is as well. Collagen's just an amazing product that we thought we would include in our coffee. And we found really it really helped the people that didn't eat breakfast in the morning. Okay. So at least you get a little something, because it has 7 grams of protein, right? Yeah. Yeah.
And intermittent fasting is a big thing right now, too, where people aren't even really eating breakfast, right? They're having a cup of black coffee or whatever it would be in the morning, right?
Yeah, so it doesn't... I don't want to get right into the science about the intermittent fasting. Yeah. But, it is beneficial, if you just tend to skip meals. Okay. And you get a little bit of something.
What's the protein that's in it?
The collagen.
Oh, the collagen itself actually has protein in it.
Yeah, so that's what we have 7 grams of collagen in it, and that equates for the 7 grams of protein.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to get into the science a little bit. Okay. I just like this stuff, right?
Yeah.
So how do you actually bind the collagen with the coffee, or is it mixed in with the coffee?
It's mixed in with the coffee. If we had this open, it would look similar to almost a hot chocolate mix.
Okay.
We have the way we do the coffee patented as well. So it's actually micro ground. So it's hit with such high speeds and such high temperatures that you don't need to add any sprays, preservatives, or like freezing it or anything like that. It's just the coffee beans.
Huh, that's
and then it's mixed in with the crystallized collagen.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like when I tasted it, it tasted like regular coffee. It's not like it had this crazy aftertaste that you'd expect from things that do have supplements or additional things in it, right?
That's what we wanted.
And I didn't even know that. I knew it was a cool coffee company.
Yeah.
You guys are hip. You're, like the one thing I'll say is go follow their Instagram accounts. We'll get all the backlinks and everything in. They'll be in the comments below, so you can check that out.
Check them out.
But Rise and Grind, so where'd the name come from?
The Rise and Grind. We were sitting in the car, and John was like, I know what I'm going to name it.
Yeah.
Rise and Grind. It's been a popular lingo. Yeah. Like people say they're going to wake up in the morning, I'm going to rise and grind. I'm going to go to work, I'm going to rise and grind, or going to the gym or anything like that. It's also very suitable for coffee.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. It's a good mix too. Yeah. And you guys London-based or Ontario-based, or how does that, like from a manufacturing perspective?
Manufacturing, we're out of Markham.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I actually, this is going back a long time, but like when I was 2, I lived in Markham.
Okay.
I don't remember very much. I lived in Montreal after that, but nice. That's Markham. Well, Markham's got a warm place in my heart. So still Southwest Ontario, which is nice. Yeah.
So I'm located primarily in London. Okay. John is in Guelph.
Yeah.
And then we manufacture out of Markham, where John actually grew up. So
that's funny. Yeah. So me and John have a link.
Yeah,
beyond that.
You gotta have him on here next time. You guys can.
Yeah. Whenever he's in town, he can come by anytime.
Sure.
And I love kind of that pocket, right? Like we are living in a community where I see people going back and forth between the Greater Toronto area, London, Windsor. Not to mention people that are coming up from Michigan quite often, different companies that I know we probably both deal with. It's becoming a global community. Even when I think of how I got put on to you guys too with social media, like it is a global village, right? As far as
absolutely, and we are actually in over 100 stores across Canada now.
Okay.
So things have been growing like exponentially over the past since January.
So what does that look like? Like approaching a new store with a product like this, like the education, the on-ramp, what's that whole process like?
It's more about, because if we go to a store and they just see us as another coffee, then you really have to explain to them the benefits of the collagen, and that it's not the same. We're actually patented for 2 years, so nobody else can be like us for 2 years. But just understanding the importance of it, and demonstrations I find are huge for us.
Yeah.
We set up a demonstration and people are like, oh yeah, I saw that on the shelf, but I didn't know what it was. We're like, this is why we're here, right? We want to educate you.
And Masonville, when I was walking by, that's what it was, right?
Yeah, for sure. We'll actually be in Masonville December 15th.
December 15th, mark it in your calendars. If you'd like to try the coffee, they'll be doing some demonstrations.
Yes.
Nutrition House again?
Nutrition House again.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to be there. But otherwise, that's pretty much the sales tactic for that one. You just have to understand the importance and what sets us apart from every other coffee company that's out there. So our biggest competitor, I would say, is the bulletproof coffee.
Yep.
However, it's not the same. It's like a similar concept though. So that's what I get a lot when I call into places. They're like, yeah, we have the bulletproof coffee, but that's I'm like, okay, that's
great.
That's great. This is a great addition to your collection.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's different. It sets it apart, and it's complementary to other things that are in your.
Because I was gonna say the bulletproof coffee is basically coconut oil and butter, right? That's what it typically is, and that's
it's like the MCT oils.
That's all it is, and I drank that stuff for years too, and I do know there's a vast difference between collagen and MCT oil. It's
absolutely
MCT oil is more brain function and stuff like that too. This is definitely more general health and wellness, and it seems more like a more complete product than simply an MCT oil that you can pick up anywhere, right?
Yeah, and in my opinion, if you added in MCT oils to our coffee, then you get the ultimate coffee.
Yeah, that's right.
It's very complimentary for sure.
That's awesome. Do you deal with a lot of vendors yourself, or is that a sales team that does that?
It's primarily me and John.
Okay.
We lead Rise and Grind, so.
So I'm digging a little bit more because I know people in our audience, they own retail businesses, or they own businesses like yourself, where they're dealing with vendors, or maybe they'd like an opinion on the 80-20 rule, where 20% of your effort nets 80% of your results. What's a strategy or maybe a myth that you usually have to go in and bust from the outset, right? Like when you do something over and over and over, you know you're walking in and you're like, you know, before you even get a word out, they're gonna say no, or I gotta say this before, like, you know, what's a good entry, like a way to enter that relationship where it doesn't shut the door right away or it can kind of get you to that next stage?
You would ask about their current selection. That's why, like, you ask about if they have something or if they heard of anything like that. Then you discuss. I primarily separate the collagen from the coffee.
Okay.
So everybody knows what coffee is. Not a lot of people, or like the majority, don't know the collagen background.
Okay.
So you really need to sell them on that concept. You need to sell the importance to that. So you go into there and you would say, hey, do you guys have any collagen coffee or anything infused with collagen? They'll probably be like, well, we have collagen peptides. And I'm like, okay, what if I can tell you that we have a patent so you can have this infused with coffee, not denature the protein, fully absorb the collagen, and reap the benefits? So that kind of like intrigues them. Like, do you want me to tell you more? I can tell you some more. I can send you an email package. I can set up a demonstration so you can see the customer's like response to it, and then that kind of really like gets them in. It draws them in. So selling the importance, I would say, is number one. Like, and what sets you apart from the other competitors.
For sure, because a lot of it's going to be just SKUs where they're just coming in and they're just pitching another product, right? So what you're saying is you go in and basically have that conversation with them and solve a problem maybe they didn't even know that they had, right?
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Almost do it from a standpoint of education, right? And I think that's huge in this day and age. You do that actually with your social media. Yeah,
we like to educate people. That's primarily like the sole importance, like for our product. Like people see it, they're like, oh, what's collagen?
Yeah.
And every single time we post something about collagen and like the benefits of it, people tag it, people repost it. They just like to share knowledge. My biggest thing is like teach a man to fish, they'll eat for forever. So they always like teach knowledge. Don't just keep it to yourself.
It's interesting because collagen is one of those words that everybody knows, but not everybody knows. Do you know what I mean? Like as far as the background of what it can do and the benefits. And I think just as we progress, like I go back to when I was a kid and we ate Pop-Tarts 3 times a day or whatever, right? Like you never really thought about what you were putting into your body and joint health and everything else. But now longevity-wise, this is important stuff for people to know.
Yeah, for sure. So it definitely helps like heal the gut. There's more than just the hair, skin, and nails, which are awesome, but they're like it's good for your eye support, it's good for your joint support, and the maintenance of lean muscle mass. I wouldn't say it's for gaining muscle mass; it's more maintaining. Yeah, so there's so many benefits to it. Guys, gotta check it out. Yeah,
definitely do that. And it's the hair and the nails and all that. It's great. The women especially, I'm sure, will love that as well. The joint stuff, I'm telling you, just from my experience, is super important. A lot of people that don't take care of their joints or are aware of how their body operates in that function, you can get a lot of benefit from even a simple product that you're consuming anyways, right? If you're drinking coffee on a regular basis, why not have something like this that has collagen in it? I want to dig into the mind of Rise and Grind and just get a snapshot on, you know, how you guys are doing business differently than, you know, the monster companies out there that have been doing this forever. You know, where, just personal belief, where do you think the industry's going as a whole?
The industry's going as a whole, I would say that it's going large scale. We'd hope to be worldwide eventually.
Okay.
Right now we're online and currently only in Canada. We are hoping to reach out to bigger companies such as Loblaws and be in local grocery stores so people can get at it easier. Okay. And we want to like provide another alternative to like people, like, you know, like in Sobeys they have the healthy section or something. We would actually like to be in the actual coffee section. The normal section, right? The coffee section.
I say the normal section because that's what 90% of people would do, right?
There's a healthy section.
They always forget to go to the healthy section. They just go like you're on autopilot when you're in the grocery store. You're like, oh, I'll grab my eggs, I'll grab my bread, I'll grab this, I'll grab that. And then you just go down those aisles. Yeah. And it's funny because like I remember my wife likes tea, right? A specific decaffeinated tea, and it's in the regular aisle.
Yeah.
And there's times where they didn't have it, and I went to the healthy aisle. It's like a brand new world. It's almost like you pull back a curtain and you're like, oh, look at all
Look
this.
at all this cool stuff.
But those vendors want to push your product there because that's where they think, well, specialty items go here. So you almost want to bridge the gap between here's something that we crafted from the jump, but we want to be able to mass produce it and change people's lives, right?
Absolutely. And eventually, like, we are coming up with a tea.
Okay.
So
that's good to know.
Yeah,
I'll tell Shannon that.
Right?
So I get it.
But we'd also like to make, like, we get lots of inquiries about the Keurig pods.
Yes.
However, ours is a micro ground coffee, and you don't even need a pod. You just need hot water and stir. Yeah, two tablespoons.
So you don't need like a filter and...
No, it's so easy. We try to make it as easy as possible for you.
That is genius. Because I was literally, we were talking before this session, and I was like, well, I'm going to go buy this pour over thing because we've got one of the Keurig machines out there just for simplicity's sake. But I've heard they're terrible for the environment too, right? Like, you know, they invented these pods and they're super convenient, but there's a problem where you can't recycle them.
You can't recycle them.
Yeah,
no.
So it's just creating more and more waste. And I see a truck out here drop off like boxes of these pods for the offices in this building, and I'm just like, are we just adding to the problem, right?
Oh yeah, well that's why we want to make like a disposable or like recyclable pod.
Okay.
It's a lot of effort because you can make the bottom part recyclable.
Okay, it's just that top.
It's the top part. So we would want to work with somebody in Toronto. We've actually been talking about it to make a completely biodegradable Keurig pod.
Okay.
So that would be nice, and I think that would also take the next step, and other people would follow after that comes out.
It's nice that you guys have that vision, because I mean, I tell people in the real estate all the time, especially like our crew, when we sit down, we have our meetings. Yeah. I'm like, man, it's not about transactions, it's about legacy, right? Like we could go out there and my industry is a really funny one where you'll see, trust me, like right around December, end of the year, all the agents tally up their sales. Mm-hmm. And you'll start seeing all these posts. Look, I did 150 transactions. Look, I did 50. Look, I did 75. I got an award for this. And I'm like, that's great that you got an award for selling a lot of properties, but what did each one of those transactions look like? Like, how did you position each one of those people for success, legacy-wise, right? I take more pride in killing deals than I do, saving people money than I do, one client of mine, they made $200,000 on an investment property in 2 years. I'm super happy for them.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited that they made that money, and that's why we do what we do.
Yeah.
But I've also stopped other people from making $100,000 mistakes that could have destroyed their family, right? Yeah. So I can appreciate coming from that perspective, because this is not about me. I don't know why I went on that tirade. It's nice to see other companies that are out there that have a vision beyond, okay, great, we have a coffee. We know what it costs to make it. It's a great product. We already talked about that. Yeah. But how can we squeeze every single dollar out of this, right? Which it doesn't seem like that is even the main focus, right? It seems like it's more the product and game than it is that, right?
Yeah. I just want people to be healthy in general, and this is like a nice, easy transition where they don't have to change their daily habits, and they still get some health benefits out of it.
That's really exciting to hear.
Yeah.
So you actually pegged one of the questions I was going to ask you about how can we help you. The first thing I'm going to say is if you're watching this video and you know anybody that's got those or can do those biodegradable cups, they're already talking to somebody, so you better call them very quickly because they're going to get a deal done with that person. Maybe that's one way our network can help you out. How else can we help get the word out about this, or get people to educate themselves on your product?
Yeah, come by the demos for sure. I'd love to meet you. Even if you wanted to pick some up and bring it to your open houses or anything like that, and you can sample it out to some clients or anything like that.
We will do that 100%. Actually, we do that at open houses, and normally go to Starbucks or Timmy's and buy one of their little cases.
Yeah.
I'll get, actually at the next open house that we do, we'll do a little rise and grind sampler so people can see it and get some hot water.
Yeah,
and
that'd be amazing.
Especially if we don't need filters and all that jazz. It'll actually be a lot easier than some of the other ways we've been doing it.
Yeah, and I find that the people that tend to go to your open houses or anything like that, sometimes they're new to London, so it's introducing new people that weren't originally from, and they have a network back home.
Okay.
They start doing that.
They post one photo on their profile, somebody asks them, they order online. They can order this product online?
Yes.
Okay.
So you can order on our website, or you can order on Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we'll get all those links below. Where can they find you on social media so that they can see more of the stuff on a regular basis?
Yeah, so you can follow our Instagram. That's probably where we're the most active. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or you can go on our website, riseandgrindcoffee.com.
And the Instagram handle is
riseandgrind_coffee.
Amazing. Thank you, Ashton. I really appreciate you coming in and chatting about the product. That was fun.
Do you want to try some coffee?
I definitely do.
Yeah?
Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Awesome.